first. Remember, this is the one, sweetie. You're going to do the first line, and I'll do the rest.
Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov.
I put this here.
Bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your home. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Sarah,
It's not upstairs.
Could be. It doesn't matter that much.
Welcome, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We'll ask everyone to find a seat and a siddur. There are more seats over here, and if anyone needs a place. We're going to start tonight with some singing, as we should do in life. Page 24, Shalom Aleichem. Let's welcome all of the angels of Shabbat who've come to be with us tonight.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
And now we'll sing together.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ani L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
ministering angels of the Most High, enter in peace, bless us with peace, depart in peace, O angels of peace. We are, each of us at various times, someone else's angel. We are someone who can bring peace into a fractured world. Many of us right now need to take a breath, need to feel a sense of God's presence around us, protecting us, holding us, embracing us, and carrying us forward into the days and the weeks and the years ahead. We are a people of strong will. We are people of perseverance. We are people who hold each other as community, and we watch out for each other, and we protect and speak to each other. May each of us feel that sense of God's ministering angels being with us in this time, on this Shabbat, and in every Shabbat going forward. Welcome to you, angels of peace. We invite you to be an angel. Welcome someone. Turn to someone around you. Welcome them to our service. Shabbat Shalom. Tonight we have many commemorations and appreciations. We have to start by recognizing the history of this day. We are coming, as we begin Shabbat, into the commemoration of Kristallnacht, that date, that night of broken glass, November 9th and 10th of 1938. By official count, there were 7,500 homes and businesses, 267 synagogues put to the torch in Germany, Austria, and other areas. 36 Jills were killed and another 36 seriously injured. And 38,000 Jews during this time of Kristallnacht were arrested and sent to Buchenwald, Dachau, and Sachsenhausen. For the Nazis, Yimach Shemo, Kristallnacht taught them that while the world might condemn their pogroms, it would not actively oppose them. The lesson that they learned was that they could continue what they had promised that they would do. This Shabbat, all over the Jewish world, we remember Kristallnacht, which was more than the shattering of windows and illusions of safety. It portended the physical destruction of European Jewry. Our commemoration must be observed both as a memorial and as a warning. I wrote today, and some of you may have seen an email acknowledging Kristallnacht and the fact that anti-Semitic actions, mass anti-Semitic actions occurred just in the run-up to Kristallnacht in Amsterdam. And it brought a recognition. I mentioned a photograph that was taken in our sanctuary as congregations came together to speak in protest here in Portland. Pat Bilo kindly found for me an article that was I didn't write it down, the Springfield Gazette, was it? The Salem, this talked about that gathering. This was November 17th, 1938. Portland Jewish groups will add their voices to the roar of protest that followed Jewish persecutions in Germany. They will participate in a mass demonstration on the Sunday following. 4 congregations will be led in prayer by Rabbi Henry J. Berkowitz, who was the rabbi of Congregation Beth Israel at that time, Temple Beth Israel as it was known by, and there are some here who remember Rabbi Berkowitz. And as Pat also called out to me, Rabbi Berkowitz was also a Navy chaplain. So as we're honoring our veterans, which we will do a little bit later, we recognize that our congregation was in fact led by a member of the armed services. We have much that we're going to recognize and commemorate today. Besides Kristallnacht, as I mentioned, we'll in a little while honor veterans in our community and thank them for their service to all of us. But also, this Shabbat is a time when we are welcoming a young man. Carson Wynn is going to be taking on his responsibilities as a bar mitzvah this Shabbat. So it is also a time of celebration and a recognition of the future that is in the hands of these young people. So not that we're laying everything on you, Carson, but come on up here. And we're going to invite you and invite your family to come up and to bring the lights of Shabbat into our community. We turn in our prayer books to page 2.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us.
As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Amen.
We also add a third candle as we are still waiting for the return of all of the hostages, and we light that candle in their honor and with hope.
The small candle first.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadli ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Amen. Mazel tov. And we're going to have Carson stay up here. Or, no? Yeah?
Yes.
I think so.
You cannot run away.
It's a little preview, you know? Okay. So he's going to chant for us the beginning of the Kiddush. Yeah? With me. And you drink after. Okay, here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. I think we're going to say L'chaim right there.
There you go.
L'chaim. Take a sip. Just a sip? Well, how thirsty are you? You can drink it. Good job. We'll see you. We're going to continue welcoming the bride of Shabbat, page 20, L'chadodi. We are singing verses 1, 2, 5, and for the final verse 9, we'll rise and turn to the door as we welcome the Shabbat bride. But you don't have to, not yet. We'll signal.
In a minute. This is what we say with the kids. In a minute, but not yet. Lecha dodi li kakala Pene Shabbat Kabbalat Lecha dodi li kakala Pene Shabbat Kabbalat
Shamor v'zachor דיבור אחד ישמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשמו תפארת ולתהילה
לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה
לקראת שבת לכוונך כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נשוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה
לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה
התעוררי התעוררי כי ברך קומי אורי 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 שתעברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה
לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה
בואי ושלום מותרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני ובסגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך
דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לי כלכלה פני שבת נקבלה. Just note for those who are sitting outside, we do still have some seats over here on the far side of the room, so you're welcome to come in and find a seat. Page 28.
We remain standing for the call to prayer.
This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Page 34, we remain standing for Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
As we're seated, we turn to page 36 and we continue chanting.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאורות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Page 40, Redemption Song, Michabocha, Elim Adonai.
Michabocha, Baelim Adonai, mi kamocha neder bakodesh, norati lot osefele, norati lot osefele, mahalechotecha ra'uvonecha, ukiyayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, zeli zeli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
We're going to continue with Let There Be Love, page 43, the song that became our kind of anthem during the anxious days of COVID. And it's such a heartfelt and beautiful melody that it can kind of be our anthem during any times when we might be experiencing anxiety, just as the Hashkivenu prayer, which prays to God to shelter us beneath the sukkah of peace so that we can find that sense of being safe and being held. It's always here. It's always here in our nighttime prayer. It's in this melody. Let's sing it together. Let there be love.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, Leshalom, V'ha'amidenu,
and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Last time to sing.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Baruch atah Adonai, aporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of the people of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem, we say.
Amen.
Amen. Page 46, we rise for tefillah.
Adonai, sifatai kitachu, Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu,
הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה, מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן. ברוך אתה, אדוני, מגן אברהם, עזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם, אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים וחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך על גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה.
ונאמנת להחיות הכל.
ברוך אתה, אדוני, מחיי הכל.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעלוך סלע.
ברוך אתה, אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You are holy, and your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. Page 57. You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and to do your will. You are the still, clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. And there may we find you. There may we find courage, insight, and endurance. Let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel, all who seek you, may find new strength for your service.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadcha b'yirah na'avod,
modim anachnu lach.
מודים אנחנו לך.
We look to find that strength within in difficult times, and we look to our community, those who are guiding us and helping us and serving us as we are together as community. And on this special weekend, we are also giving an acknowledgement to those who have served our nation in armed services. In whatever branch, in whatever way, whatever time, we all count on those people who serve to be stalwart protectors, to do the things that we don't know how to do, that they are called to. And they work with honor, they serve with proficiency, and they have given in their service to all of us. We thank them. But we'd like in this moment to offer a special prayer for anyone in our community who is a veteran of any branch of the armed services, and widow or widower of someone who served. If you would like to come up and stand before us and receive our thanks and praise and blessing, we invite you now. We know that there are some veterans who are watching as well. So we count you in this really wonderful company, and want to give a special shout out to Alan Rosenfeld. We know you are watching, and we thank you for your service. I'm going to invite everybody to scooch over a little bit so we can be centered and well seen on camera. That's a part of it. And we're going to ask everyone to please rise. We have this talit that we'll stretch out for you as best we can. I told you under this talit, this is our talit of blessing, which has seen many blessings in this congregation of conversion, of marriage, of children. So we won't put it. Want to put it over them? We can put it over them. We can do that.
Whatever you say. You're the rabbi.
I appreciate that, but it's probably a little bit better. So we'll ask you to stand under this Sukkot Shalom as best we can. See if we can just kind of squish in a little bit. I'm trying to hold this paper as I read this as well. A prayer for Veterans Day. Compassionate God, source of mercy, we pay tribute to those who have served our country, express our gratitude to their courage and selfishness, both those among us today and those of generations past. This nation, built by those born of the soil, those who have come here from all countries of the earth, is on a continual journey towards its destiny. May we never let down those who have served in defense of this country. May we uphold the values of freedom, of the inherent dignity of every human being, by our own right conduct, by the kindness and tolerance we show to one another. May we lead the world by example and become, in the words of Isaiah, a light to the nations. Then will the labors and sacrifices of these veterans be honored, not in words alone, but by our deeds. May God bless you and protect you. May God's light shine upon you and shine through you. May God's face always be turned towards you. May God grant you great peace in a world at peace. And we all say, Amen.
Really glad to meet you. Really.
Go on. Thank you, sir. Please be seated. Thank you. And thank you to Pat Bilo for organizing this commemoration today. And what? I think we should go to Hill now. Okay. We add a prayer of healing for those in our community who are ill. If there's anyone who you're holding in your heart right now who you feel could use a special prayer for the healing of body, soul, spirit, if you'd like to share their name out loud, I invite you to do so.
We'll sing this El Na prayer. It was based on Moses' cry when he found his sister Miriam struck with leprosy. In the same way that we spontaneously cry out for healing for ourselves or for our loved ones. El na rifana la.
Mekoshchina, Dei Moteinu, הסובלים, רפואת הנפש והגוף, רפואה שלמה. אלנה רפאנה לה, אלנה רפאנה לה, אלנה רפאנה לה, אלנה רפאנה לה, אלנה רפאנה לה.
God grant healing to all who are in need, and we say, Amen. Page 282, we rise for Elena.
On that day, God shall be won by your Mahu, and God's name shall be won, and God's name shall be won.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and of death. We honor the memories of those in our community who've recently died: Mark Ethier, Eddie Feinstein, Linda Gross, Marvin Korak, Sheldon Jack Chris, Elaine Savinar. And we honor the memories of those whose yortzites, the anniversary of their passing, occurs during this time: Leona Berlow, A. Victor Beiser, Ethel Levitt Blumenthal, Kate Blumenthal, Elo Bonyahadi, Ruth L. Brill, Bernard Carr, Ida Delman, Jack Douglas, Dr. Jacob Dreesen, Dr. Janet Irene Feldman, Sadie Finkelstein, Lawrence Ellis Friedman, Cynthia Greenberg, Arlene Hassman, Benjamin Heller, Joseph Jackson, Belva Calfsider, Stephen Cantor, Bella Kaplan, Virginia Kendall, John Kiranoy, Nettie Kleinberg, Irving Korn, Marion G. Krantz, Howard Lane, Alan Lazarus, Molly Schnitzer-Levin, Albert Mendelbaum, Aaron Margolin, Mike Marshall, Ruben Menashe, Leah Savage Mendelson, Sima Messerman, Margaret K. Metzger, May Pike, Bobby DeVera Radding, Seymour Rabinowitz, Bernice Rosenberg, Yetta Levine Rubenstein, Eleanor C. Rubenstein, Ben Ribke, Marion Savage, Anna Selmer, and the anniversary of the passing of the partisan Hannah Senich. Daniel Jerome Sennett, Cantor William Charlin, Dale Shaw, Jeanette Shemansky, Valerie Simon, Ron Singer, Edward Solitar, Manja Ashkenazi Stern, Sheldon Stanton Vidgoff, Rosalind Vines Copeland, David C. Wax, Lyra Wexler, Ronnie Wood, Joseph Young, Alan Zell, Theodore Zell, Rose Zugman. If anyone else is honoring a yortzeit or if I mispronounced a name, if you'd like to share a name with us, we invite you to do so now. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled. As we turn to page 294, we rise, and together we say the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah, Be'alma tivrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon, B'chayei d'chol bet Yisrael, Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, Olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei d'kudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ta'miran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlam harabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, Uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all the people Israel, and to all of the world. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated.
We are going to quickly go through announcements so that we can get to what we've all been waiting for, at least I have been. We are collecting cranberries for Jewish Family and Child Service. We need more cranberries. I guess that means cans, not just loose cranberries. So
Bring in one cranberry.
So please bring. Tomorrow night we have date night. You can drop off your kiddo and, yes, I'm looking to our Director of Education. Yes? Okay, at 5 o'clock. On Tuesday, November 12th, we have an amazing opportunity to learn from Dr. Stephen Windmuller, who's Professor Emeritus at HUC. He's going to talk about what have we learned about Zionism, Israel, and ourselves. That's Tuesday at 7, online only. And then the only other thing I want to recommend to you is that you come back next week for Oneg Shabbat. The Oneg band and choir, led by Cantor Green, will be rocking the main sanctuary. So please come back for that.
And you do want to mention, someone's having a bar mitzvah tomorrow. I forget who it is.
Oh my gosh. Yes, someone is. So
Someone is.
Come tomorrow at 5 o'clock for Carson's celebration to celebrate with him and his family. We wish all of you a mazal tov. He's
And
worked
Shabbat.
very hard for this.
Very good. And Shabbat morning services will be here in Poland tomorrow morning at 10:30. Torah study online at 9 o'clock.
Great. Okay. So,
Tell us about
I'm
it.
gonna
Tell us
tell-
about our guests. You
So
may
as
have noticed we have
part of this year, leading up to my retirement in June, I've invited some special guests, and we are so delighted to welcome Chevra, which is a chamber music ensemble that does beautiful original work. I'm going to read in their own words what they are, and then they will introduce the pieces that they're going to do. So this is from them. Our group has come together from many places. Together with our wonderful audiences and listeners, we have truly become a circle of friends. We trained as classical musicians at the Juilliard and Manhattan Schools of Music, SUNY Stony Brook, Brooklyn College, and the Jerusalem Conservatory in Israel. Institutions that inspired our passions for music education and engagement with our audiences. We've been fortunate in career, friendship, and travel to have the opportunity to explore many different areas of music, including jazz, composition, conducting, and many musical traditions from around the world. So I'm going to maybe say your name, and then you'll come up. Sound good? So we've got Judith Dansker. So Judith and Laurie Friedman. They have been lifelong friends and colleagues. And then Adam Morrison. Oh, no, not Adam. No, Adam. We've got instead Renee. Say your name again. Cremata Brit. Cometa. Renee, sorry, Renee. And then we have Jeff Adler, who's an active performer in Broadway orchestra musicals. So, Chevra, enjoy. And if you guys need a microphone to introduce what you're going to do, I have that for you.
This is on? Yes. You guys can hear? Oh, there we go. Now I can hear. Okay. Just give us a few minutes to warm up our reeds and stuff, and we'll be right with you, I promise. The name of this first piece is Dance of the Shadim. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Shadim before. You guys have. Well, according to ancient Hebrew scholars, man was not the last creatures created in Genesis. Man came at the sixth day, but at dusk of the sixth day, God created Shadim. Now, Shadim, not everybody believes that, but we kind of been convinced over the years. Shadim, basically, they thrive in the spiritual and the actual worlds. They can go back and forth. And you really never can make friends with a Shadim, let's just put it that way. They can be nice to you, but sometimes they can be not so nice to you. And we actually haven't done this piece in quite some time, and the Shadim got pretty pissed. And they took it out on this instrument right here, the bass clarinet. That was yesterday, and we did a radio broadcast, and right after that, this fell and kind of broke, and thank goodness there's a really terrific repair woman in Oregon City who I went to, and she had it overnight, and she got it back to me just in time. So maybe the Shadim are kind of like mellowing out a little, I hope. But anyway, the name of this piece is Dance of the Shadim.
By the way, I know you may want to hear more from Chevra tomorrow night. They're playing at OJM, so I'll be there. I'll see you there. We're not done yet.
This next piece is called Older Ways, and I know a lot of us nowadays wish we will kind of go back to the older ways. We'll get more into that later. But in any case, this is the only piece actually that I've written all the pieces we do for Hevra. This is the only piece I've ever written that I'm not playing in. So why I put it on this concert, I don't know. But Thank you. This next piece is called Galicia. We were fortunate enough to be invited to play in Krakow, Poland twice. The second time was the Jewish festival. What's that called?
The Krakow International Jewish Festival.
The Krakow International Jewish Festival. Notice how I remember all these names. The first time we were played a year or two before that, and that's what really struck me. First of all, in the Jewish quarter, there are klezmer musicians who are not Jewish. They're cooking supposedly kosher food by non-Jewish people. Basically, I got the feeling that they felt that the Jew was a museum piece. And I have some dear friends in the Cherokee community who feel the same way, and I got home from Europe that year and said, listen, I know how you feel now, because Native Americans are considered a museum piece by a lot of people. So that was kind of disturbing. I wrote this piece not really for that reason, for the reason that before World War II, in that area called Galicia, there were 250,000 Jews. After the war, 250. So it was, quite something. But this is Galicia. Next piece is called 1,000 Questions. Lately, I think we all have 1,000 questions, like why October 7th, why 3 days ago, why yesterday in Amsterdam, just a whole lot of questions. To be truthful, I actually wrote this after the suicide of our nephew, and that was quite disturbing, to say the least, for a young man to do that and to take his own life. But, you know, I don't want to get too much into that story. But I found that this works for a lot of things, and I'm sure everybody's thinking about a lot of questions nowadays. So anyway, 1,000 Questions. forgot to mention, there's a Native American flute in that piece. This is a Cherokee-style Native American flute made by my dear friend and flute maker, Danny Begay, who lives in the mountains in Tennessee, really close to North Carolina, actually. But he's a mountain man and part Cherokee and part Choctaw and a lot of things, I guess. But he's a great flute maker, and usually in a lot of our concerts we use a lot of flutes. And if you come tomorrow, you'll see more of them. Sorry. What are we up to? Oh, okay. Our final piece for the evening is a piece, it was actually a follow-up. I've played in a lot of groups. In one group I played in years ago, I wrote a piece, Before It's Too Late. It was obviously about the global warming, the ecology, everything that we seem to be messing up pretty badly. And that was in the late 90s, and a lot of times the Native American elders were warning everybody back then, do something before it's too late. The follow-up, using some of those themes in a different way, is called Too Late to Matter, because basically, you know, we've started the ball rolling downhill, and it's going to be very hard to stop it. So I don't want to bring you down, but what can I tell you? Yeah. I'm a real cheery guy, aren't I? But anyway, it's kind of a cool piece anyway. I mean, you might enjoy it, with a special ending, and which might uplift you, I hope, okay?
Thank you so much on behalf of our congregation. I also neglected to thank all of the sponsors of this year, Sheer Joy. Some of them are here tonight. Thank you. Without your support, none of this could be possible, so we're grateful. I know that the members of Chevra will stick around a little bit. They have some CDs outside for purchase if anyone would like some. And we look forward to hearing you tomorrow night and hopefully another time. Just beautiful. Thank you. And there's a reception. Yes. Please join us. We'll say a quick motzi. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. See you outside. B'tei Avon.